Radio Free Plankerton is the current main quest that I have. Find 5 pieces of broadcasting studio equipment in successful missions in a Power 23 plus zone. This one rewards 3000 schematic XP and 1 rare range weapon schematic. Something that I probably don't need. Either way, so this is kind of like a typical fetch quest kind of mission. And, so you're just going to be looking for things marked on your map that are in a yellow exclamation mark, and then you just kind of interact with them. Hopefully I can find 5 within one mission. That would be very nice. I did have my eyes on this mission before starting recording because a legendary ceiling electric field would be nice to have. I'm actually going to be playing a industrial zone. I'm not sure. So this quest doesn't actually specify anything about where you would want to do this aside from being a Power 23 plus zone. So I don't know if there is any potential difference in the amount that you might find in an industrial park or a city zone compared to a lakeside zone or something like that. All right, first things first. There's already an exclamation mark. I don't actually know if this is that or if I don't know if this is the main quest thing or if this is something else. That looks to be something else. That is a kind of annoying thing as there can be multiple different kind of event quests running, and they will actually kind of interfere with your other missions. Not like in a way of preventing things from spawning, but like I see a yellow exclamation mark. I run over to it and it's not a main quest item, it's a side quest thing. This, on the other hand, that is in fact a main quest item. So for Radio Free Plankton, this is some radio equipment for the mission. And like I said before, it is just a interact or fetch quest, so I just grab it like that. And we go off to find the next one. I did see the atlas over there. So, I mean, that's already been found for when I'm going to need that later. Oh, I'll take that. There's the atlas. And since this is an industrial zone, I will see about getting daily quest done. Because I have one construction site here. I don't think there's... That might be one right there. Might be. I have no idea. It is not. So for fetch quest kind of missions, keep in mind these are very plentiful in this game. You will have a lot of these to do. I think the easier approach to this is more often than not to just explore the map anyways, because the more the map you uncover, the more of your actual objectives you're going to find anyways. Now I'm going in here just to kind of solve a problem for me. This thing for an event quest line. So if I just interact with them, maybe I can make progress on that. Not like I really want to finish it, more or less just to get it off the map. And so having it not on the map means that I won't constantly end up running back to it or anything like that. We've got another actual main quest item here, the radio equipment. Let's grab that one. Let's search some of the stuff here. I'm not listening to the dialogue right now. I wonder if this weapon would actually be okay if I were to actually, like, level it up and add perks properly. That's a thought for another time, though. Once again, more radio equipment, pretty close to the Atlas. And I have not explored a lot of the zone, and I have 3 or 5 already. That's always a good sign, because it means there's a lot of extra space that I haven't been to yet that can have the stuff that I'm looking for. I was mainly attracted to the construction site, I'm not gonna lie. It's funny how I said I wasn't interested in doing the daily quests, and then I kind of ended up doing it today. Even though I was not at all planning on doing this. Kind of just happened. Obviously, it's good to focus on them. You get quite a bit of gold for things that typically aren't hard or time-consuming. I say typically. But, yeah, I'm just not focusing on it because I don't really want to finish them right now. At least I don't need to finish them in any hurry, and it's not like I'm after the tickets or the gold that badly. I'm not concerned about getting everything I can with gold or with tickets because I ultimately keep in mind that I spent money on buying Save the World on another account, despite already having an account that I've been playing this game for years on. So realistically, I'm gonna end up using this account for quite a while. So throughout that time, I will end up collecting a lot of the stuff that I intentionally or unintentionally miss out on. Let's get in here. This is not a main quest item, I didn't think, and it is not. Side note, searching toolbox and stuff, pretty good, pretty useful. In fact, I actually don't think a lot of people tend to search stuff that you find in any areas, to be honest. Aside from like typical stuff like chests, hey, there's a gun. Aside from stuff like chests and safes, I don't actually think a lot of people tend to search stuff, which is kind of weird because you it's kind of like I guess a mystery of there will be random stuff in this container and it is literally free to go and grab. Ooh, broadcasting equipment. 4 of 5. Man, I would love if I could just get 5. Okay, well, unfortunately, I did not actually find the last broadcasting equipment. I need one more, and there does not appear to be one. So now my options are to literally leave the game and then queue again, see if I can get a mission where I get 5, or just play the mission and then start another mission to get the last one, which I think might be a bit more logical for what I plan on doing today, considering that my second mission can be that one I was looking at earlier with the legendary ceiling electric field. So I think I'm just going to do that. That kind of sounds better for what I would like to do today. Okay, now that we have all of that cleared, I want to actually look at where they're supposed to be spawning from. Since I have my spawns down here, I did kind of look around the area. So I don't think they're going to be heading up that way, especially because I'll break those stairs anyways. So what I think they're actually planning on doing when enemies are spawning down here is they're going to be walking from here and straight up the ramp, here up the ramp again, and up here. And I do, obviously, as a lot of people do, I tend to clear the area a lot during missions, just because I don't want enemies to get distracted or to have their path change because there's some random junk laying around. I'm just going to build that for a little bit of unnecessary, pointless block off. If there's anything that changes spawns to the south, chances are it'll kind of... Actually, I don't think that'll happen at all. Let's be realistic here. Okay, that's enough unnecessary prep right now, I think. I should actually try building something. Look at how much random material is just left on the floor here. That is going to make me want to build in metal. That's weird. I never actually do these in ramps. That's just... I had ramps pulled out when I started building. And just like that, basic pyramid. So I know enemies not only are coming from the east, from the ramp we were looking at earlier, but also from the north, over here. I do want to clear out this encampments, just so it's not still here during the mission, and because the quartz crystal that it rewards is probably going to be useful, to say the least. At least this thing is the direct explosion on impact. That is probably its nicest feature. Middle of the spawn's about here. Do I even want to do complicated trap tunneling? I mean, not really. So I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna try to do some simple stuff. All right, well that's I guess a kind of a basic thing here. I mean, over here could use a bit more, and I don't think logically that they would go this far north, especially if I were to just do something kind of simple to further prevent that. And I can just do something like this. It doesn't have to be very reinforced because it's already pretty far out of the path they would realistically try to walk. Okay, get this out of the way. Where did this stuff come from? I mean, I know about this one, but I don't know about the gray weapons. I thought I had less melee weapons. Oh my god, I have so much stuff. That's it, I'm not crafting my own traps. So I'm gonna use these wooden wall spikes that I found, apparently. I'm just gonna kind of get creative here. Are these mine? Those are mine. Okay. Still use them. Gonna do that. That's just gonna make them kind of walk a bit further, rather than cutting straight from here to around the corner. They instead will have to walk further in this tile, allowing the wooden floor spikes to hit them for longer. Pretty basic explanation. I actually do want to do a full kind of tutorial on how all the traps in this game work and how to get the most out of them and whatnot. I haven't done that yet, but I kind of want to now. Oh, here's a fun thing that I've been doing recently. So, just basic explanation for this. Floor launcher, enemies walk into this and it sends them up. The ramp pushes them backwards. So as they're walking towards my tunnel, they get pushed backwards, even if it's by maybe 1 or 2 tiles. It still pushes them backwards, giving the traps a bit more time to reload, stuff like the wall darts that actually have to reload. I'm gonna recycle that and that. The ceiling zappers aren't very logical for the way that I'm building right now. So instead of using them, I'm just gonna opt to use my own gas traps. These legendary ones. I'm only gonna need 2 of them, I feel like, even though I have 3 floors here. I can fix anything that desperately needs being fixed later. I'm gonna finish leveling up all of this. I have recycling, so I'm gonna get a bit of that metal back. Not that I desperately need it. But I mean, it's good to save material because I think Storm Shield 2... Well, I know I have a Storm Shield mission coming up soon, and I'm gonna need some material to build for that anyways. Also why I kind of want to try to save some of my materials. Let's build in wood for this one, because I'm not intending on doing anything crazy here. Screw it. Now this. This is just good. This is just me being nonsensical. I didn't craft enough. See, I can think nonsensically. I just can't think very smart. Now I'm putting a wall in the middle for no particular reason. It's kind of just will act to separate, I feel like. And these because I don't want enemies walking in certain spots. So these will prevent them from going in the areas I don't want them to. Just to kind of close off this path a bit more. And I'm intentionally placing them the way that I'm facing towards where they would be walking, just so then the drop traps will push them backwards. That way, enemies are walking up, the drop traps will fall, it will probably kill them based on power level. Wait, probably not. I don't know. But it will be pushing any enemies that it doesn't kill backwards, and this does even apply to Husky Husks and Smashers. Also going to play some wooden floor spikes. I should increase the difficulty at this point, because I've spent this much into it, so I'll increase it by 1 because I have 2 blue glow. Hilariously, the Atlas is so far away from both of these tunnels that my base isn't going to affect any of them, and I'm not going to bother trying to attach or make it fit unless it seems necessary. I mean, this seems pretty good, even though it's like the literal bare minimum. I'm surprised it's actually doing as much as it is. Could you not? Yeah, that's the thing I was saying with the floor launcher. There, I mean, this is only pushing him a tile back. It helps to have more impact if you're going to do that. I'm not too worried about how the defense is going to go, because even though I upgraded the difficulty by 1, everything seems to be going just fine. But this is also what happens when you take your time and strategize with traps. Something that I actually do pretty often. And admittedly, with some newer features like being able to build in the terrain, I can actually do some other fun stuff with this, like add my own ramps here and like over here. So then I can add wooden floor spikes or some other floor traps to be able to hurt them even while they're trying to walk up these ramps. Honestly, great change. But I don't necessarily think I need it here. Actually, just to screw with them even more, I'll do this. That way, their walking path is going to have to loop in here and makes this trap actually seem useful. Seems like a few things have gotten out, or have found some way to weasel their way around what I've built. I don't know, I'm not that observant. That's how some enemies are getting out. Shield bugs and whatnot actually help them with surviving a lot of damage. Having more traps, I can easily circumvent that. Just, even at the 4-minute mark, I don't think it's really worth trying to improve that much here, unless things are massively failing. But I mean, at this point, things are going pretty smoothly. I've seen just very few enemies actually make it out. And when they do, like, that guy had, like, no health. Yeah, so I've got 4 of 5 for Radio Free Plankerton, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh, perfect. There's some radio equipment. I have no idea what I was looking at over there, and I'm disregarding the survivor right now. Let's go ahead and grab that. And as a correction to what I was saying earlier in the video, you probably do want to, like, if you're on Radio Free Plankerton, you probably want to do this in a city or an industrial zone. Well, I'm glad that's over. Bunch of Battle Pass XP that I can't wait to invest in the Battle Pass that I didn't buy on this account. Main quest. Oh, great, the one-shot. And that's actually what I was after the whole time. That's actually the only thing I cared about.